That's called dorsal lithotomy. In the stirrups, that's what it's medically called.
Say it again.
Dorsal lithotomy.
Dorsal lithotomy.
It sounds like a horrific surgery, but it's not. It's just
Right. It sounds like
a body position.
It does.
Yes. Slide forward. Keep. You're not there yet.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm there. Relax your knees. This is it. Get it. Or don't complain.
No one else who's ever been down there has complained about my positioning.
I'm gonna bring you to my next.
On that note, welcome to this week's episode of Nighttime Vendors, powered by The Source, your favorite place to catch up with Central Oregon's favorite funny faces. I have the amazing Tugboat Improv Group here with me. They're going to be taking lead on this week's show. But let's start by meeting some of the members. Do you want to start by introducing yourself?
Yeah. Hi, I'm Michele DiCio, and I am a local comedy producer. I put on a comedy open mic on Thursdays at Worthy Brewing, as well as some ticketed shows, and then also perform a little bit of improv and a little bit of stand-up on occasion. But yeah, on a much slower trajectory than the producing.
That's okay.
We're being so honest.
You're a fantastic producer. We all love your open mic.
Thanks. Thank you.
Yeah.
It's been very fun.
Yeah. All right, Tess, your turn. Introduce yourself.
My name's Tess Eddington. I'm an idiot. I hate calling myself a comic just because it feels very cocky, but I do comedy. And kind of a newcomer. I've done it for about a year, and it's been really fun. Do you want me to continue? In 1992.
That was great. All right, introduce yourself.
I'm Matt Stein. I'm just a guy, just a middle-aged guy, and I do improv with the Roundabouts, the shows at the Roundabouts, and I've been doing stand-up a bit. I'm not comfortable calling myself a comic either, but I like comedy things, and they seem to matter.
And you do improv with the Roundabouts and Tugboat.
And Tugboat, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, just
Really important. Yeah, that's right. And Tugboat. I should have started with that. Mostly with Tugboat, and then
I am Dylan Grayson. I'm just another guy. I've been doing improv for a little over a year. Started doing stand-up just maybe a few months ago. Enjoying it. I'm a software engineer, divorced dad.
a divorce. Yeah, those are the two most interesting things about you: software engineer and divorced dad. So if you're looking out there for somebody with a job, Dylan's got one. And a kid.
So, yeah, stepmother material.
He's funny though. That makes up for the child. No, I'm sure your kid's great. I need to stop calling people's children awful. I need to stop doing that.
Their choice.
Their choice, right? Like, not a choice we've made.
Not a choice we made. But they are a beautiful choice.
A beautiful choice for people like Dylan and Tess. Do you have kids?
I know.
Oh, yeah.
Not that he knows of.
It's a Chihuahua.
Not that he's super excited about it.
No,
Yeah,
not that I'm going to tell you about it.
I have a Chihuahua mix too. It's like a child.
What's the mix?
It's a shepherd Chihuahua. I know. I know what you're
Big
thinking.
Chihuahua?
Yes. No, he's
A working Chihuahua.
He's a small Chihuahua. I know. In our family, we like to think that the dad was the Chihuahua because it's not as scary as if.
Whoa.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, a little man can love a big woman, right?
Exactly. But yeah, on that note, now that you know about our weird thoughts about our dogs.
Well, no, it's a kind thought. You're hoping.
Yeah. Yeah, and truthfully, it's what everybody thinks when they meet them. They see him and they're like, that's not something that's ever existed before. That's a weird combination. And we're like, yeah, it was a little ungodly, right?
They found each other in a hopeless place.
Oh, like Rihanna. We are some of the funniest faces in Central Oregon, obviously. But none of us are actually from Central Oregon. So where are you all from? We'll start with you.
Oh man, so I grew up. I moved around a lot growing up, and so it's a hard one to answer briefly. But I was born in Louisville, Kentucky, and then yeah, moved around a ton and ended up in Tokyo when I was in kindergarten. I was there till the end of 5th grade, then went back to Louisville and then North Carolina for high school, and Boone, North Carolina, App State, Appalachian State for college. And then how did I make it here? I started doing real dirtbag shit right out of school.
Well, I mean, you're at Appalachia State. Was it like?
It was really par for the course, for sure. Yeah, it was not a surprise at all. Although it was actually like I took a real 180 while I was in college, because prior to college, I was kind of a like sweat and bugs horrify me kind of person. Like, don't want to sweat, don't want to be outside, don't want to feel grass. And then I started dating a raft guide, and that changed everything. After I spent a summer in Buena Vista, Colorado, on the Arkansas, and yeah, just changed my whole personality for a man.
That dick changed, Stigmatized.
Yeah, but consenting to that. So yeah, it was like a hard sell. And then by the time we broke up, I realized like I loved it. Like I was like, why? Like, you know, why is this breakup causing me so much pain? And it made it so much better when I realized like, oh, like I miss doing the shit we did. It's not that like I miss him as much as I miss being on the river and like doing all that stuff. Touching grass. Yeah, dipping in water. And so then raft guiding and on the Ocoee in Tennessee, which is such a cool river. And then made my way slowly, like, you know, doing seasonal work at resorts in the winter, guiding. The next place I guided was on the Salmon in Stanley, Idaho. And then I would leave and go places in the winter, and finally made it to the end in the winter of 2017. And yeah, it really struck a chord. There's a lot of really, really nice rivers around here. And the skiing being super close by. I mean, yeah, it seemed like such an undiscovered gem at the time.
Does everybody here like the outdoors?
Mhm.
Yeah, that's where I am too. I know. I feel like we're oddities. It's like you're much more the norm.
Right, yeah. I could
Yeah.
That's why
just
people
say
move here.
Yeah.
So I get
Yeah.
that it's strange to be the one that's like, indoors is fine.
I like looking through
Yeah.
a window.
Yeah. Beautiful for the view.
The views are fantastic.
But you've also like hiked a Pilot Butte more than any of us here
True.
all together. So I feel
Yeah.
like
He's a Century Club member.
But are we going to call Pilot Butte a hike? Really?
Whoa!
there's a tissue, right?
It can be.
There's water at the top.
There's hiking.
I'm sure it's a pit
hiking.
toilet, but no, it's a mildly challenging hike. No. I think the trail.
Oh,
So it's a totally different. It's a totally different experience.
experience.
You never know what's around the next corner. It could be wildlife.
That's right.
Well,
It
it's
never is.
different
Probably just
outfit,
little
different
people
boots.
Yeah.
It's a completely different day if you're not doing the paved trail.
Yeah.
Because when you do the paved trail, you have my kid, and you're hiking
That's
in your
yours.
stroller. So that's when you take the paved trail.
see again, kids ruin everything, even hiking.
So they add to the workout though.
Yeah.
I've made fun of her. She's like, "Ooh, this is hard."
Oh,
It's like a
yeah,
paved
those
road, and then I did it once, and it was hard.
Where
It's very small, but
I remember you mentioning that, and like, where did you feel the soreness after pushing that stroller up?
just the body.
A full body.
Yeah.
Wait, you pushed the stroller for one day and you were physically sore?
I was on his back
Yeah.
as well, and so I think it was like
Yeah.
my sheer tonnage and
Yeah.
the stroller. That was a word I've never said in my life. Okay,
I love that.
I hated it.
This was
Okay.
amazing.
And what brought you to Bend?
Work, kind of. The pandemic. We were living in Austin. I grew up in Ohio and also lived in a bunch of places. Not that many, and I did not go that much outdoors.
I mean, her places were pretty cool.
Yeah.
Your place in Ohio was that cool?
It was a suburb of Columbus, where statistically the most average slice of America is. Limited Brands is based
He-
there because they want the most average people to try like hot new chain stores. And that's the environment I grew up in. I hear you laughing. That's fine.
Yeah. No, because I grew up kind of close to it.
Oh.
Jackson, Michigan.
Oh,
We're like maybe an hour and a half north. Yeah.
fascinating. yeah, so I grew up there, went to school in upstate New York, and then lived in Seattle and Florida, and then Seattle, and then Austin. And then in Austin, we were there for the pandemic, and we were there for the winter apocalypse when everything froze because we don't insulate pipes, and I guess don't plan for winter because woo, Texas. And we thought, no, we need to leave here. The pandemic is not fun, and we were looking at getting houses, and we're like, wait a minute, this isn't even like they don't even have a power grid that works. So we just, and again, indoors, so that counts a lot for me. So we moved not all the way back to Seattle, but close, and split the difference, like deserty Pacific Northwest.
Yeah.
And I came to work for my employer at the time, who's
Your employer is still here.
I am not employed with them.
But they're still here. You did not kill them. That's great.
Nobody killed anybody. We did great.
That's just great. And what brought you here, Dylan?
I grew up in Southern California, went to school in Arizona, and then got married and moved to San Francisco and lived there for a while because I'm a software engineer. And that's the pandemic hit when I was in San Francisco. It was not fun to be in the city during the pandemic. And then we moved to Vermont for whatever reason. No roots there, didn't know anybody there, but just like, hey, it's rural blue state. Let's go there. And it was cool. I was there for 3 years and then lost my job, sold our house, made a little money, came back to the West Coast and just looked for an affordable place where we could get some more rural living. And so we chose La Pine.
I was like, I was like how Ben did not leave your mouth after you're like affordable.
Because we lived in Bend. We came and then we stayed at a hotel in Bend, and I was like, man, this, like, I want an acre. And it's not gonna I cannot afford an acre in Bend. That is
Well, and like a place to live on it too. I wanted a farm.
Well, then you said, I mean, La Pine, that's a great neighborhood to do that in. Yeah.
Just calling it home.
Yeah. Cozy and with the jump.
Little Pine's perfect. It's not a far drive.
No, it's not. I kind of live the same distance outside of town towards Sisters. You get used to it. You'll get a self-driving car in no time. I promise you. And Tess, what brought you here?
I'm Canadian, so I grew up on like a tiny island where Raffi's from.
Raffi?
The children's singer, yeah.
See, I don't have children, so I'm like, does he have a YouTube channel?
He's got like books and stuff. I didn't know he was a thing. I just thought he was like this guy that would come to our elementary school and sing at us. I guess he's like kind of a big deal.
He was. I mean, Mr.
Oh,
Shade on Raffi.
shots fired on
on
the
Miss
children.
Rachel, though, right?
Moved to grew up in Canada, was there until like college. Then I got a nanny job in California. That's an American. Lived in Marin County, actually. Got my first marriage out of the way. Bought a house in Portland with my ex, but then decided that I needed to leave that relationship. So moved back to Canada for a bit, but then moved back down, found another American. And we lived in Portland, but we were just looking, like, we would come to Bend a lot, and people were so nice here, and we both grew up in, like, tiny towns, and so we, like, were not into, like, we weren't really doing anything, like, super exciting in Portland. My husband's a nurse, so we decided to move. People stop at crosswalks here. That was big for us. Everyone's just nice. Like, my husband's from Louisiana, and so he's used to, like, very nice people. And I'm from Canada, so I'm like, we wanted...
I want to live in a polite society. Weird. Yeah, I mean, Portland has its own flavor, right? You know, anarchy is appreciated in Portland.
Yeah.
You know, as a vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a whole personality. Yeah, they leave their graffiti out because they're like, it's art, and you're like, is it? If that was your building, would you think it's art? But yeah, I understand. Well, we're glad you guys are all here in Central Oregon. We were talking about some of the traits you guys share, and you guys were all talking about being people pleasers. How do you think that affects you? I'll let you guys kind of.
Who wants to go first?
I don't know so many. Yeah, you know.
Yeah, the group chats are funny because we're all like, oh, well, we could do this or this or meet at this
Right.
time or I'm easy.
Which
there
makes it
was
so much harder.
Yeah, like let's
If someone
pick a
is
goddamn
just
place.
making-
It's like a social four-way stop.
right.
Everybody's
Yes.
moving everybody else on.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And so nobody gets to go forward.
So that's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. There was a time somewhat recently where we were at Tess's place and her husband came home, Tom, and we were eating salsa, or maybe he just like came to sit down with us and he commented on the fact that we hadn't eaten enough of the, he was like, oh, barely made a dent in the salsa or something. And without thinking at all, like me and Matt both filled our next chip with so much salsa that we both dripped on the way to our mouths and even got like a little bit on our shirts. And it was like, and then I looked at it and was like, oh yeah, people pleasers.
Yeah.
What else do you
Strong as
need?
sand. I heard
Yeah.
you, Tom.
Yeah.
And I'm having a lot now. I'm
Yeah.
gonna make up for that.
Yeah.
Even if I'm allergic, I'm
Fill the
And
holes.
then-
I
Yeah.
will put the
This
mouth.
cat hair
the whole
salsa
bowl.
is problematic for me, but I will eat it.
yeah.
Do you think it makes your life better or worse being a people pleaser?
Terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not a.
Yeah.
Do you want to be mean?
I would love
I don't want to be mean.
I
just
want
wanna
to
have
be-
some confidence. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. I guess at this point I'm convinced that what I believe is mean is actually not mean. So that's
Okay.
why I have to
Yeah.
tell myself to be more mean.
But I feel
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
Because I suspect that the meanest version of myself would not really be that mean.
I feel like after though, like, because you kick yourself if you don't speak up. But then I feel like if I
Right.
did speak up, I would have more of a panic at home. I'd be like, I shouldn't have done anything. Like, I feel like
Yeah.
either way, I'm just questioning everything I've ever done. Social
A lot of this is anxiety related as well.
it's not people pleasing.
My therapist thinks it's really entertaining when I think I've been a dick to someone. He's like, really? And how much of what you were actually thinking? Like, what percentage?
Yeah.
He's saying you loosed into the world.
Yeah.
And he's pretty convinced that raging dick me is just actually just telling you.
Do you loop? Like if you have an interaction with someone and you can tell you like slightly offended them, do you loop on it?
Oh, yeah.
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 And then but what good does that do?
Yeah.
With
I
years
know.
of therapy, I can almost not get stuck in the loop.
That's progress.
Yeah.
It's nice. I'm going to function like a normal person in any decade now.
Any decade now, those neural pathways are gonna. That's great. That's great. Well, what kind of parents made unique human beings such as yourselves? You guys want to tell me a little bit about your parents?
Sure, I'll go first because mine's boring.
Okay.
I mean, my parents. So they're nice, and everything was mostly fine most of the time. I think my dad was a little depressed, but I would be so confused when I hear kids at school talk about religion, like what religion they are and that they're going to church. And I would ask my mom, like, what religion are we? And she'd be like, Christian. And I was like, okay, why don't we go to church or have a Bible? And she's like, I don't know, we just don't do that. And it was like, really, it felt like now when I look back on it, it's like they were saying Christian because we're white and we're not Jewish. Like, that was the only option. Like we just get pigeonholed into Christian. And so, yeah, when I was like 16, I started like questioning things, realizing like I don't believe any of this religious stuff. I'm an atheist, and they just were like, okay. And like a couple years later, they were identifying themselves as atheists.
Oh, you converted your parents.
Yeah, but it wasn't much converting. It was like they just like
Acknowleding what
it was
what
just like,
going on.
hey,
Yeah.
there's all this weird stuff with religion, I think, and they were like, yeah, you're right.
Like we never actually thought about it, but now that we are, chill, we're good without it.
Dylan's like, yeah, that was my whole point. It's pretty clear you never.
I feel like I actually did convert my parents a little bit. I converted my mom a little bit
To what?
Shoot.
to non-Christian.
To non-Christian. What do we call it?
Yeah, to non-Catholic specifically. Yeah.
Specifically, yeah.
I was raised Catholic, went to mass every Sunday, and I knew Christians/Catholics, whatever, who didn't go every Sunday, and I always thought that seems nice, you know. Like, why can't we be a cool
Yeah.
Catholic
Why can't
family?
we just come on the holidays?
Yeah. They seem to be getting saved as well.
Yeah.
What's the
They've
difference?
got all this time.
Yeah, a whole Sunday. And then at some point, well, I refused to get confirmed, which in Catholicism is something that happens in like 7th or 8th grade, and you are like you get like a Catholic name, and you're kind of like more absorbed to it, I guess. And I refused to do it, and so the negotiations landed that I agreed to get confirmed as long as I didn't have to go to church anymore. Yeah, pretty cool.
Your membership card and never use it.
Yeah, I was like, I'm in, yeah, but I don't want to go. And then was like just not really my thing. And by the time I was at the end of high school, I don't know, I just feel like me and my mom had enough conversations about it that she all I know is she stopped going to church too.
Oh, I guess you can rub off on your parents too.
Yeah, not my dad, but just
That's okay. My mom, right before she died, she was like 71, 72 years old. She's been Southern Baptist her whole life. And she finally was like, I think it's wrong they don't let women in leadership. And I was like, you know what? At least we got there.
yeah,
At least we got there.
that's beautiful.
It doesn't matter when it happens.
Step 1, yeah, acknowledge something's wrong.
And how were your parents growing up?
Fun. I don't know. I think they were pretty good parents. I also grew up Catholic. I got confirmed. You choose a confirmation name.
Mhm.
I chose Matthew. That was
Matthew, that's
because my name's already Matthew.
Matthew.
So
Were you really?
I really
at
was.
the
Yeah,
time.
and I remember my grandma was like,
Wow. Okay. So it was up with bells.
hit a little bit.
Yeah.
Do most people just pick like a different saint? Because you're already a saint, right? But you were just like, screw it.
Yeah. What's a cool saint that you really want to study? And
Yeah.
I just like Matthew. Yeah. And that's not illegal. It's not against the rules.
Yeah.
It's lame. So,
Yeah, I have a favorite saint.
do you?
Mm-hmm. Joan of Arc.
Cool.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's
I love Joan. I'm not even Catholic. Love Joan of Arc. Yeah, I like the witchy saints.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I chose Genevieve. She was the same.
Did she get martyred too?
I don't know. I can't remember. Maybe. But she was the saint of thunderstorms. I know that.
Oh.
Foreshadowing. Your pick.
Yeah.
That peak teenager.
What did Saint Matthew do?
taxis.
The most
It's been a
important part
long
was the
time.
name.
Yeah. But my parents were great. They were very organized. I was the oldest of 4, 3 sisters behind me. My parents were organized enough to have the same birthday, 2 years apart. So you just think about that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was supposed to grow up and be a very successful young conservative tycoon of some kind, and I went to art school. And I think I mentioned I'm doing a stand-up, but
You're clearly the tycoon they were hoping for.
different
Preaching the
kind of
gospel to
pivoted,
this
yeah.
day.
Yeah, I actually went harder with religion. I mean, I went from Catholicism, which I thought was very boring, to the girls all went to Young Life, which was like a high school evangelical thing. And I asked my parents if I could do that instead, sing songs, play guitar, whatever. Jesus hands.
Young Life is it's like there's drums in the church at Young Life.
Very cool. Yeah, guitars
Drums
and
in the
stuff,
church.
and also girls. I don't know if I mentioned that. And I said, hey, can I go to this instead? And they were so Catholic. Their answer was, well, as long as you're going somewhere every week. And so I got in really deep until college when I realized, wait a minute, I'm getting weirder. And I just kind of pivoted again.
Sounds like there's a lot of rules going on here. A lot of restrictions I'm putting on
I
myself.
spend my Friday nights in a basement leading worship music, and that's weird. The other kids are drinking, and I like to try that. And it turns out those kids are having fun.
Yeah.
So
Right.
I was late to, pick up on it, but I got there.
Yeah, I know. I think I always say our parents do the best they can. And at the end of the day, it makes us who we are, right? Like all those building blocks. Tessa, I don't even want to ask you about your parents.
I'll just exit.
Like your parents.
I realized I got the chance and I was going to be like, so Tess, tell me about your parents.
Mine are dead.
It's not funny. I'm sorry.
They also exited.
It's actually so funny. That's like I loved. It's either like people are horrified or they find it really funny. Gotten both.
I'm trying to figure out this next one. I feel like we talked a lot about religion, but alcohol versus you were saying people have either alcoholic parents or religious parents.
This weekend,
Tyler Jones. Super
said,
funny.
Yeah, it was so funny. It was like I feel like you either had alcoholic parents or religion, and everyone laughed, and I could hear people like talking amongst themselves being like alcohol religion, and it was just so funny. Like my parents were like raging alcoholics, and I never heard truly never heard anything about religion. Like I didn't even know what like we grew up on a very tiny island. It was like 10,000 people, and it was so hippie. Like I truly didn't know a single person that went to church. So when I hear people be like, "Oh, I grew up this," I'm like, "How the fuck are you that now?" Like it's so
Did
wild.
you ever like sleep over at some kid's house and then end up getting roped into a service?
Never.
Really?
Oh, my mom took that was the deal. If you stayed the night at our house on Saturday, you had to come with our family to church on Sunday. It was a built-in rule for a lot of people got roped into Baptist church for that.
I went to Easter service once because my brother's baseball coach was a pastor.
Oh.
Easter's
yeah.
a long one.
It was awful.
Oh yeah, it is a long one.
My ex said that we were going to brunch, and we went to like a 3-hour mass, and it was Easter because April 1st fell on Easter, and the family I nannied for was there, and they were like, "You're here," and I'm like, don't get excited. Yeah.
You're like, this is a terrible April Fool's joke. Yeah.
Being ready to leave, and you're like, I think I'm gonna have waffles, and he's
starving.
Just, like,
yeah,
snickering.
and then I'm like, where is this new restaurant? And then like as soon as we walk in,
It's huge.
I was
Food
like,
is free?
oh my god.
It's a potluck. You just have to wait 3 hours.
Just some bread.
Yeah. A little bit of wine.
Yeah.
A thimble of wine. Yeah.
Oh, when I was a kid, I loved communion wine.
Oh yeah. Like it was an exciting
I
thing.
loved taking communion. Yeah, like the bread and the wine. It felt like charcuterie.
All it needs is a little pepperoni. Yeah.
Can I ask you a personal question? Did you take it yourself, or did you do the thing?
So Baptist, we pass around a plate, and then everybody sticks their grubby little hands in the same plate and pulls out.
Whatever I got, you got. Yeah.
We all share germs.
I know. There was a part like during the pandemic when they're like churches should be allowed to operate. I was like, with the bowls of water at the front that we all stick our hands in and the bread that we all grab. I was like, I don't know, maybe some adjustments are okay.
Right where the lead guy washes his hands, but it's just a show. Doesn't use soap.
That's not 2 happy birthdays I'm hearing up there. So you guys are all improv performers as well as stand-ups. And I thought we could talk a little bit, what are some of the differences between improv performing and stand-up?
Well, I feel like improv, there's no, like, it's hard to practice. Like,
Well, what's the basic definition for people that like might be listening to this podcast and have never seen an improv show? How would you define that versus a stand-up show?
Oh, I can take an improv show is you are working with a team. There's never a one-person improv show. So there's gonna be some person out there that has a one-person show.
Actually, Edie Patterson I'm so sorry. It's so cool. I just have to mention it because it's so cool. It's called Playgirl, and she improvs the entire show, and it's a one-woman show. So anyway, she's on tour right now.
It's just her. Like, what if she?
Right. I think maybe she's getting like suggestions from the audience, right?
Was she playing
Yeah.
multiple characters and having
I believe so. I haven't
conversations with
seen
herself?
it, unfortunately.
So you can pick it up from the clues, but usually you have more than one person. Usually it's still
Yeah.
improv, I guess.
It's a pioneering
Like-
idea to do it by yourself.
Yeah.
It's not the norm. It's an exception.
Normally you have a team of people that you've practiced and you kind of have a language that you develop together. You get a suggestion from the audience and you build something around that, whether it's long form, which is usually like maybe you're following a loose structure and you're trying to build something over time, or short form, which is just games. Like you have really preset, quicker things that you're doing, usually with a lot more structure. So that's improv. Stand up, then. Somebody else. I don't know. We're going to talk about that.
oh, I don't know. You just
Stand up.
The stand-up is more of a solo expedition, kind of a spirit journey where you share everything that you have thought about yourself over, I don't know.
I mean, stand-up is obviously much more popular, and most people have seen a stand-up show, I think. A special on Netflix.
I think improv is actually more places than people realize, though. You know, like Curb Your Enthusiasm. Like, I don't think a lot of people realize.
Well, yeah,
Sure.
that's true. And like The Office had a lot of like improv.
Right.
It's true, actually.
Then you see the
Improv
final
makes-
product of it.
Improv makes stand-up better, and improv
Yeah.
makes screenwriting way better,
Mhm.
right? Or
Right.
just like acting
Another
in general.
great show with a lot of improv is Reno 911.
Right.
It's like so much. They're just like playing. You can kind of tell more so than other shows.
Have you guys watched the Christopher Guest documentaries? I'm guessing you have.
No.
Or the mockumentaries. I should call them documentaries. It's a little like official. It's a mockumentary. Yeah. Oh, they're so good. That is like my dream to produce something like that. It is so entertaining. And if you can get a group of like 10 really great actors together who can all play the same game, it's rare.
That's
Yeah.
my favorite part about it that I didn't realize, like hearing about improv before taking classes and starting to do it, is it's not people that are funny as much as it's people that are committing completely to what they're doing together.
Mhm.
So like somebody like in one of those documentaries might make it funny because they're committed so hard to a character that works for something that somebody else did. And I like how, it is a collaborative thing. It's not individual people being funny. Did I just say individual? It's not individual people.
Individual.
People being funny around each other. It's like a collaborative art
Right.
form.
But it is still a skill. It's not just people going up and like saying random stuff. It's like
Yeah.
Hopefully.
there's the skill that needs practice ahead of time
Yeah.
to be able to bounce off of your scene partners and stuff like that.
I think improv is really great live, but it's really hard to translate on video. Because like those, it's like people expect videos to be polished. You're like, well, that's not what we're watching right now.
Well,
Yeah.
part of the magic of it is when you're in the audience and you know that there's no script and that there's no preparation for what's going to happen. So you know everything that happens is just off the cuff.
Yeah.
And that
And
can
by-
make it so fun when you're watching.
Yeah. By definition, if you're watching it on a screen, it has, even if it was filmed and at the time it was filmed, it was all off the cuff. The fact that you are watching it post is, I think your brain, like, it just doesn't have the same magic.
It's fun doing improv on stage too, because the thing that, at least for me the whole time, and I hope this never changes, the audience is rooting for you.
Yeah.
They don't want to be
Yeah.
up there making
Yeah.
shit up.
Right.
They want to see if you're going to do it, and you don't know that
they
you're
They're a
are
little bit
nervous.
nervous.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They're a little
they
bit
are.
worried that you're going to make an idiot of yourself.
Yeah.
For sure.
But then when you do make an idiot of yourself, it's funny usually.
Yeah.
So then they
Well, and the audience is like more involved, I think, at like improv shows. Like, I feel like,
Mm.
and that's really fun. Like, because they're suggesting stuff and they're kind of watching it like come to life. Whereas stand up, you're just stuck there.
It's just a narcissistic practice.
Often.
Like we're all just out there talking about ourselves. Yeah.
So like stand up is so much harder for me because it's like sitting at home trying to write some jokes and like wondering, is this gonna work when I say it on stage? It's like you never really know. You have to get
Yeah.
up there and try it.
Yeah.
And that's like the real work of stand up, is going up and doing it and failing over and over until you know it.
And if
what
it
works.
sucks, you're just standing up there with a room full of people who are very much there just looking at you.
Yeah.
Whereas with improv, you can make a bad move and your teammate will see you and make something out of it, and you
Yeah.
can keep going.
You can blame others.
Right.
That's right.
Blame
You can
shifts.
blame other people.
You can be saved.
Yeah.
Yes, I've walked off the improv stage being like, that was a great show, and I had no idea what was going to happen. And then there's stand-up shows where I'm like, I had every word planned and it sucked.
Yeah, I really liked having you guys, or at what did we have you guys do? Summerfest. I was so fucking worried about it. I was like, I don't know if this is gonna go over well.
Well, we had a few
at
technical
all.
difficulties as well to get
Yeah,
over.
but I was like, I don't know if anyone's gonna stand and watch. Like, I was like, I don't know. We'll try it. If it doesn't work, we'll never do it again. And I was surprised. It really went over well. Like, people stayed, they stood, they watched, and we're doing it again at Fall Fest. So, yeah. You know, I think it's like, it's one of those things where it's like, stand-up wouldn't have done that.
Yeah.
Nobody would have stood there and listened to a stand-up for 45 minutes.
Probably not.
Yeah. I mean, so.
We've got the power of numbers, I suppose. Yeah, just there's a group of people on stage. Just by itself seems more attractive if you're walking past.
Yeah.
That
That was tough though because of the audio, like the sound. Just for
Yeah.
us on stage, that generator was going, we couldn't hear anything.
Yeah.
And it was like, I hope people are enjoying this. They kind of seem like they are.
They seem to be clapping when they're supposed to clap and laughing when they're supposed to laugh, I think. I know. I feel that way whenever I'm doing, like, if I'm doing an event for, like, if it's like a 4,000 person event, it's like big where they're just like, go up on stage and talk. It feels like you're just yelling into a void. You're like, hello, I'm here.
Sometimes I do appreciate. Do you like not being able to see the audience? Because sometimes I appreciate that the lights are so bright.
Yeah, so you'll notice when I do my stand-up, I'll take my glasses off, and that's usually when I'm like, okay, none of you matter anymore.
Yeah.
I've done my crowd work, and let's move on.
Yeah. I don't need to see.
I don't need to see your, like, if you don't like it, I don't need to know.
Actually,
I like when the lights are like you can just see two people in the front row.
Yeah.
As
I
long
do
as you're
like that.
laughing, this is a great show.
Right. And if they're in the front rows, highly more likely that like they're engaged.
Yeah,
and, like,
or they might
interested.
guilt laugh. So
Yes.
either way, good
I'll
for
take
me.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah, I'll take the pity
that's
laugh.
amazing.
I wanted to say like something that is really similar between improv and stand-up is I think like both of them at their best are exercise in truth telling.
Mhm. Yeah.
And yeah, does that feel accurate?
Yeah, no,
I think that's comedy in general, right? Like that's what do they say about like comedy? What it's like comedy equals like tragedy plus time. Like it's which is so true. A lot of the stuff that I joke about is like my trauma from my 20s, and I'm like, it's really funny now. 20 years later, it was not. That divorce was really painful,
Truly.
but now still funny.
Do you guys get more nervous for stand-up or for improv? Or is it like the same just...
I think stand up now, like that Summerfest show, I remember completely, like, I knew the odds were against us. So I was just
Right.
like, fuck it. It's gonna go how it goes.
It was
now.
kind of liberating, but it had some sound issues happening.
And I'm just like, I know I'm better at improv than I am at stand up because like I get more laughs. I guess it's the only way to know.
Well, you've been doing improv.
I've been doing it longer and more practice at it. And yeah, like with stand up, it still depends on each joke. It's whether this joke is good or not. And it's hard to write good jokes. So
At least that other people haven't written.
yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So going up on stage, stand up with new material, I get very nervous because I'm like, I'm putting this out there. I sat in my house and thought it was funny and laughed about it. Will they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why not?
I don't get nervous for one or the other. It's like the state of mind I'm in. Like if I've had one of those days where everything that comes out of my mouth is a fart, like I can't think of things and like my brain feels like it's operating at a third capacity, I'm really nervous to do improv because I feel like I'm going to miss everything and not understand what's going on. And for stand-up, if I haven't way over prepared 5 minutes for like a month, then I think, fuck, like I can't go up there and just
I've
do
never
this.
done that though. I don't have the
That's the only way I know. That's the only way I feel good about it.
You've never done what?
like prepared that much.
Oh,
We're sitting right in and go.
Do you just write a list of things and then go up?
Bullet points. Like this is like 3 words, but I know how it's.
I'm a bullet pointer as well. I don't write out every
But
word.
he's
Yeah.
like,
That's what the cool kids do.
he like records himself and watches it back and like makes sure it's like hits the time mark and like I've never done that. It's too much. It feels like too much work for me.
I feel more confident and calm when I do that.
Yeah.
If I just
Yeah.
go up and I don't know what I'm going to say, or worse, I'm repeating a set and I don't know what it is I want to make better about it. I just feel like I should apologize to each person first before I start.
which, by the way, we do recognize is not actually a problem. Like, it's okay for anybody out there trying to do set. Like, it's okay to repeat a set.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, it's a good thing. to
Many
repeat-
people-
yeah,
everybody has told me
repeat
that.
your
Yeah,
sets,
no.
please.
Everybody does it. Yeah, I've heard
You
so
should.
many jokes. so
You
many,
must.
Like,
I
over
don't
and
care
over.
when somebody else does, but when I
Yeah.
do it,
When
I feel
I
like
do it,
it's
yeah.
just a
It's-
slime ball.
Right.
Yeah, me too.
I pretend like the people that saw me at the venue last time are the same people at the venue this time, which just is never the case.
Interesting.
Like it's like other than the stand-up comedians in the room, our audiences we're in a town of 130,000 people. Like the 17 people in the room are changing out. Just kidding. We have huge audiences. 2,000 people in the room.
Lines out the door,
Out the door.
around the corner.
When I did my first stadium,
Yeah. The last stadium I did.
Yeah, but that brings us to our guest this week, Meredith Dietz. She is a comedian that is based in New York City. She's a stand-up, but she's also an improviser as well as a writer. And I really enjoyed my conversation with her, which you guys get to listen to now.
I am running around today, so my energy might be a little crazy, but otherwise, I'm ready to roll.
That's fantastic. I'll take crazy energy. That's great. I love it. Well, welcome to the podcast. Meredith, if you can introduce yourself for people that might not be familiar with you and your work.
Well, thank you for having me, Julia. My name is Meredith. I'm a New York, specifically Brooklyn-based stand-up and writer. And you know what? Improviser. I've been doing a lot of improv, and it's been a really good time.
Did you do a particular improv school, or are you self-taught at improv?
That's a political question you've asked right off the bat. You said this wasn't hard hitting. I think self-taught would be generous, but I did not. No, I'm not classically trained at like UCB, or here in Brooklyn, there's the Brooklyn Comedy Collective, which is a lot of fun.
Oh.
It's sort of like BCC, but for like hippies.
I like it.
But I'm on an indie team, I guess is what you would call it. Yes.
That's fun. So you have like a group of people you get together with and do shows together.
Mm-hmm.
That's fantastic. I love that. And what do you like about working in New York City? Why do you choose to make New York, or Brooklyn, rather, your base?
I'm from Pennsylvania originally, and I think I chose New York before I chose comedy, which is interesting. I think I was just drawn to the idea of living in the big city, like anyone who comes from the suburbs or rural Pennsylvania wants to go to New York. But now that I do comedy here, I can't imagine ever leaving. It's the comedy mecca. It's where the best people are. And I love traveling all over, but I think there's a reason most comics move to New York.
Yeah, the city kind of fuels them a little bit.
I think so. I also think, as someone who started here, it's just a boot camp for getting laughs as quickly as possible, which I think there are pros and cons. I would love to gas up New York without ever shitting on any other scene, especially since I don't have the creds to, talk down about like starting in a smaller city anywhere else. I guess, I could talk down about, say, Brooklyn or Bushwick is my small town, and now I'm moving to Manhattan. Like, that could be my equivalent of that. But there's a lot of pros and cons of being, like a small fish in a big pond. But I think if you want to get good at comedy, like, New York is the place to do it.
Yeah, absolutely. There's quite a few other New York comedians on the festival that you're coming to town for, which is, I think, great for Oregon. We're a very West Coast resort town, so it's fun to have some New York City energy.
I love it. And I also love when New York comics think they're the best and go to another town and get humbled. Don't get me wrong. I think that is so important.
Yeah, well, I think, obviously, once you start touring audiences and being able to entertain audiences in different parts of the country is a skill, like on top of joke writing, right? Like, it's easy to write for an audience that you know how they're going to react, but to write for an audience where you don't necessarily know their leanings, it's a completely different ballpark. So that's what I like about touring, is I like the audience changes, which really tests your writing.
And it tests your vibe, which I wish stand-up was more about writing, but so much of stand-up is just about if the person in the audience connects with you, the person on stage. I think I would be a lot better at stand-up if it was strictly writing.
Yeah.
But it's not.
That's because you have a background in writing. I always dig around on people's social media. You went to a very impressive college and graduated 4.0 with writing. Yeah, like Northwestern University.
You really dug up. Or
I did,
not
Northwestern.
Northwestern.
I was digging through your stuff.
Do we think it's Northwestern? Because it is not. It is the less prestigious. It's Northeastern.
Northeastern, still a very good school. Yeah.
But I'll take the Northwestern credit. I mean, whatever.
Yeah.
Say I went to Harvard. I don't give a hoot.
Yeah, right. No.
What did I do with it?
You have a background in writing, and I saw a really interesting title that I've never seen on anybody's page, which was published headlines. Did you have a job just writing catchy headlines?
That's a great question. But my published headlines page, well, it's funny because my day job is a writer for an online magazine. Mm-hmm. So in many ways, yes, but also published heads there means I was a contributor for The Onion and Reductress. Mm-hmm. So that is my catalog or portfolio to say hey, I've consistently contributed. And headlines means jokes, right?
Yeah.
Like an Onion headline is where the joke is, which actually is one of the first pieces of advice I give to people who are trying to contribute is don't bury the lead and expect the joke to like reveal itself over time. You get the same advice in like sketch writing and stuff. It's like, don't hide your joke from the audience. Honestly, I think that applies to stand up too. Like,
Yeah.
you want to do misdirects and all that kind of thing, but you also like sometimes I'm like, bring the thesis out, like let people know the funny point you're trying to make.
Yeah. Let them know what you're exploring for
Yeah.
sure. Yeah. So that's really cool. Your day job is writing for, is it an independent outlet you write for? Or
It's called Lifehacker. It is it's like alongside things like PC Mag and Mashable, if that means anything. CNET.
Okay. Yeah.
It's a day job.
Yeah. No, absolutely. We're connected with a company called The Source, which is like a local digital daily. So
Oh,
they
cool.
used to be a weekly independent, and as the world has evolved, they are now a digital
Yeah.
daily with a podcast network. So we're all just trying to keep our jobs.
We're adapting. I think something that is a little bit hopeful, if you're really like forcing yourself to see a silver lining, is with AI overviews taking over Google searches. My work is prioritizing like first person stories to be like something that AI can't just steal a yes or no answer from. But in a way, it feels like a reinvention of BuzzFeed style things of like, I tried this thing so you don't have to type journalism.
Yeah, I was talking to somebody about that the other day. I was like, it's such an interesting thing to Google yourself these days. I don't know if you've ever done that.
I'm doing it right now. Is that unprofessional?
Yeah, but if you Google yourself, what comes up is an AI paragraph about you.
No,
And some
not for
of
me.
Real, and some of it's not. And like, it'll be like pulled from like, different sources like IMDb or Wikipedia or like whatever. And it's the oddest thing how you get the AI. What AI thinks you want to know before you get the actual information these days.
Absolutely. And I hope it goes away, but I have no hope that it will.
Yeah, it seems my sister's younger than me. She's like 20 years younger than me. She's 19.
Really?
Yeah. She's adopted from the foster care system, which is why there's a big age gap. But she trusts AI implicitly.
No way. I honestly haven't talked to anyone in that age group in a second.
Yes. She'll be like, well, AI says it's open. And I'm like, well, we're standing right in front of the business and it isn't. So who do you want to trust?
Wow.
You know what I mean?
Were you frustrated in that moment? What was your tone? Were you like, honey?
Well, I feel like as a society, she's a COVID era kid. She was in high school during COVID.
God,
I
don't
feel like
envy
we
them.
really let those kids down.
I couldn't agree more.
Yeah, we just kind of were like, stay inside, don't talk to anybody, don't do anything,
Absolutely. And then meanwhile, they were socializing themselves through like TikToks. And so it's just like, I already think of how heightened your emotions are when you were a teenager, how potent everything feels. If I had access to a TikTok-like interface at that time, I was already like so online on Tumblr and YouTube and such. I can't, and to me, TikTok is a whole different drug. It's like TikTok is like laced with fentanyl compared to everything else, and I'm like, test it.
Well, literally,
That's not the coke that my parents did.
No, and I'm such older millennial in the sense that I'm like, I try not to consume. I try to one-way post. I don't comment. Like, I'm the least satisfying person to engage with online ever. Because
like, no one's forming a parasocial relationship with you.
Exactly. Like, it's like, I want that. I like shove all this stuff on the internet, but I'm like, really? I'm never going to check the comments.
Did you ever comment on other people's content before you were making your own?
No, never.
Isn't that so interesting? I'm always thinking about who's commenting. Like, who doesn't have they only want to do the social part of this, like the anonymous commenting, which is not even social. Or it is social because if it's nice comments. But I'm like, I've never commented on anything. And then I just started creating stuff. So like, how selfish am I? But also, I cannot imagine being someone who comments constantly. I'm like, because you've never posted, you have no concept that that's a real person you're talking to.
Oh, exactly. Different platforms have different levels. YouTube seems to be the worst for me. But, I'm a big fan of that block, filter words, delete.
Yes.
Like,
do you have a brick?
Yeah, exactly. Like, this is my space.
Absolutely.
What's brick?
We just invented MySpace. I have a brick. It's like a physical little magnetic guy, and it puts screen time limits on all your apps.
Oh, that's fun.
I have my Words with Friends Against My Mom up. It's not letting me play the word Dolph. Damn.
Dolph. Is that a word?
No, apparently not. You know, you gotta try things. The language is fluid.
You never know. They're adding new words all the time.
Exactly.
All the time. For people that might not have dug into your comedy before, what kind of themes can people expect to hear when they come to your show?
I think you're catching me at a time where I've been thinking a lot about that myself. I think there are some people who may have seen sets of mine and think that I am just doing like frenetic, absurd stream of consciousness sex jokes, which is not how I see myself, but I think there are people who probably caught sets like that. I kind of themes. I think sometimes people call my comedy dark, but I don't consider it particularly dark or edgy. Like, I think I have explored dark concepts, but never want to make those the punchlines. I think I've talked about this before, where I, like, for instance, like death and abortion, and which I guess is kind of a death, whatever. And like,
It depends who you
these
ask.
things,
Yeah.
these things, and a lot of like weird sex stuff might be the premise for things, but it's never like an edgy punchline or anything that I want to make anybody uncomfortable. It's just something I might want to explore. I feel like I'm being like a politician in my answers.
No, you're good. You're good. You're leaving stuff to mystery. People will have to watch it, figure it out.
I'm thinking like, I could open my joke book and I'm like, I do think that my most recent set list would have said Doggy Style, Invisible Ink, 9/11, Elon Musk, abortion. I think that was my most recent set list.
So maybe a little dark. Maybe just a little dark.
But that's the thing. I guess I don't know about you, but doing comedy, it feels like desensitized to it. I guess my subject matter is dark, but it's not dark to me. I'm not doing like Jeselnik style things. Like I just see myself. I wonder if it would be dark if a man was saying it, you know, not to do that hack line, but I do feel that way.
But I was going to say it's because you're pleasant that your
That's
dark
nice.
stuff. Yeah, you're very pleasant. Like watching you on stage, you're pleasant, you're engaging, and so like you can skid away with saying dark things. And
I will also say I do think I strike a tone of like, am I wrong? Am I crazy? I don't even believe myself. Yeah. Like a very questioning tone in a lot of things I'm saying. Like, hear me out, I think is a tone of a lot of my jokes, as opposed to any sort of mic drop or like, bet you weren't expecting me to say that. Like, I really want my tone to be like, well, the big conceit of stand-up is that you're having the conversation for the first time with the audience, right? Mm-hmm. So I think in order to do that, especially with dark material, is you have to be very present and see how people are reacting to what you're saying. And not like, I think if you have like a kind of dark joke, sticking to your script stick to your script in your words, but like adapt your vibe to what the audience is feeling. Like, if I can, like, if everyone is getting very tense about something, like, I think I would acknowledge that, but that doesn't mean abandoning the joke at all. Especially in rooms where maybe those people that you're performing for are not your target audience or think that they don't want to hear anything you have to say. I do feel that I've won over a lot of rooms that are not my traditional little Brooklyn queers. I had I had the most joyful show of my life last week. Oh my God.
What
it was so funny.
Age.
Thank you. But that's okay. Even your reaction right there.
Yeah.
Is a level of sympathy and empathy, because we both went through it, that I think other comics didn't extend, because the girls were being annoying, but not nearly as annoying as I was at that age. It was the most game-nosed game. I also just like that age. I think I always have with like babysitting, where it's like, you talk to them and you're like, you want to be taken seriously? I'm going to take you seriously. But like, I'm not going to entertain you trying to get attention every other line. Like, I'm going to take you seriously the way I would take another adult. So that means we're going to take turns in this conversation, right? Like doing that kind of like little power things of like, I'm not going to act like it's weird that I'm talking about my sex ed class in middle school to middle schoolers, because I think you guys are in one, right? Let's talk about it. Like, it was really, I don't want to sound like I was doing something like playing chess, but like, I think that I also went last on that lineup, and the other comics did great, but they also all had the exact same approach of like, shut the fuck up, which the girls were laughing at, and saying like, wow, look at my career. Like, I'm performing in front of 12-year-olds in a pizza shop. Like, this sucks. Like, making the girls symbolic of failing. And then I kind of went in and I was like, I love this. Do you guys want to do comedy? Let's talk. Like, I don't know. And it really, I was arm wrestling them afterwards. They were cheating like mad.
Whose parents booked this for a birthday party? Like,
It's
What
so
is
funny
this?
that you jumped. It was not supposed to be a birthday party. It ended up feeling like one. It was just a weekly show in a pizza shop. It was super fun. It was so great. Shout out if anyone's in Brooklyn. It's a weekly, I think it's called Jabberjaw Comedy at Pauly G's. Definitely go check it out. I love the guys who run it. It's super funny. Girls, because it's like an ambush show, which if any listeners don't know, that just means it's a show where like, oh, if you thought you were just having a coffee and now there's comedy at the bar, that's an ambush show. You didn't buy tickets, but you're the audience now. So it was an ambush show, and I guess they were there the first week, and they freaking loved it. And you know when you're 11 and you see like a 30-year-old guy, and you're like, he's obsessed with me. He loves me. Yeah. Like, it was just kind of that vibe. And then they came back the next week, and, you know, it's parents sitting at separate tables. Don't talk to the parents. Like, I just remember that age so, like, you're just a raw nerve. Everything at that age, and you want to be an adult. So I did that, and I felt really healed. I didn't do that well with that age group when I was in that age group. So definitely a big old W for tween Meredith, I think.
Oh, good. I love that. Healing old wounds.
Yes.
That's perfect. Yes.
12-year-old girls like me now.
Yeah. I'm so cool to 12-year-olds.
Finally.
I'll take that. I mean, honestly, kids are way cooler than I am. So if you can impress the kids, like.
Absolutely.
So you're going to be coming to Bend, which is kind of a long trip for you. Do you like to do fun touristy things when you travel? If so, I would love to give you some recommendations. What do you like to do?
I would love recommendations. A big thing for me is I like to run long distances. I might not go that far, but running in a new place is my favorite thing. I did the Alaska Comedy Fest last year, 2 years ago. And when I went on a run, like the only thought through my brain was just like, this looks exactly like Alaska.
Yeah. What city was that? Was it in Anchorage?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What month did you go up?
April.
That's an interesting month.
Really?
How was the weather?
Not that bad at all. Wasn't pretty mild.
That's good.
But I would love recommendations for Bend. Oh, wait, you go.
Bend is amazing. Bend is great. If you like, are you a trail runner? Or just like a road runner?
I am a road runner, but the opportunity to do trail running.
Trail run?
I don't care if I have to go off my plan or something like that. I'd rather have a cool experience.
Yeah. So if the highway is still open when you guys are here, we have this Cascade Lake Highway where you can like run around high altitude lakes.
I'm gonna be so humbled immediately, but I would love to try.
Yes. It feels like you're in the Alps. We also have just amazing trails all over Bend. It's an outdoor person's paradise. Also, 2 blocks from the theater that you guys are performing in, there's a trail right along the river, super flat, not trail run at all. River run.
Water is that's what I really like. That's okay. Those are amazing. That's what I'm going to do. I'm flying into Portland on either side of the fest and going to drive. And I think I get to drive by myself one way, and then I'm bringing a friend back the other. So I'm very excited just for that drive.
Yeah. You're going to cross like Mount Hood. It's gorgeous. I've lived all over America. I've spent very little time in New York at 34th and 8th.
Crazy spot. You're kidding.
I know. My room was about the size of my closet now.
Can't imagine.
It was great.
I really do forget that people live there.
Yes. It was like I did when I was like 18, 19.
Hilarious.
But then I've lived in LA and Vegas and Bend. I have to say, you don't give up any of the good food, drink, entertainment, but you give up all the bad, like toxic people and smog and like horn noise, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
I every time, or I've been to the Pacific Northwest one other time, and it was I was like, well, this is where everyone wants to end up, right? Like, this is the best place in the world. And I love rural Pennsylvania. I love rolling hills, but like pine trees, nothing compares to that. Like, oh my God.
Well, your whole nervous system will get a reset.
I can't wait.
Yeah. And if people want to catch up with your comedy and you before you come to town, where's the best place to find you online?
I am posting dates and such on Instagram at Dietz, DIETZ.M. I'm also on TikTok here and there, but Instagram seems to be, I don't know if you've, like we were talking about before, it's like, Instagram's like the LinkedIn for us, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Instagram's my email, Instagram, it sucks. But that is where to find me.
Okay, perfect. Is there anything else you want to share with the podcast audience before you leave today?
Come to the shows, talk to me, I don't want to have to do my written material. I want to talk with you and get an amazing clip out of it.
Fantastic. Well, thank you so much, Meredith. Oh, wow. Look at you guys clapping like an improv troupe.
Why did we class? I don't know. Someone started.
We did it.
Who's Dylan?
We got through it.
That was Meredith Dietz. She's going to be coming to town, so check out her socials for where you can see her. We have some other shows coming to Bend this week. So there's a show, Dork Side of the Moon.
Fun.
It's going to be August 8th at Craft. I think it's like a science comedy show.
Love that.
I don't know much about science.
Do we know anybody involved?
So I did a bad job researching this show. So I don't know who the local guests are. I think it's an out-of-town comedian that's coming in. This is their like STEM comedy show. So check that out at Craft. Tickets are at Bend Ticket. And the Next Stop Comedy is going to be at Bridge 99 on August 7th. Their tickets are at Eventbrite. Is there anybody else having shows that you can think of?
No shows, but open mics at Worthy this Thursday, August 6th, and beginning of October should be weekly.
I love the way you got the date right. We're recording this week early. I love the way you got the date right. Yeah. So Thursdays has the Worthy mic. Mondays is at Silver Moon, and then Wednesdays is at Craft. If you want to get up and become an amazing stand-up like all of us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It only takes a
That's what I
couple
was just
times.
saying.
Bunch of tens.
And then you're ready for your Netflix special,
Yes.
right?
We all start recording next week.
You can do that at one of the amazing open mics in town. Now, Michele, if people want to find you and connect with you, where's the best place to do that?
You can find me on Jane Doe Comedy Show on Instagram, as well as I've just started a personal page for myself, which is just my name, Michele DiCio, but there is nothing on there.
Are you so annoyed you have to have so many pages?
By so many, me too. Yes, I'm annoyed that I have to have any. Yeah. But yeah, so I'm getting over it. I'm working on being into it.
You're going to be a star in no time.
We're working on it. It could be a really long time. Yeah.
All right, Tess, and where can people find you?
I also have 2 Instagrams, which is annoying, but one is just my kid, and that's just Tess
Aw.
Emily 23, and then the other one that I actually post comedy is Laughing at Tess.
So maybe like follow Laughing at Tess.
Don't
Yeah.
follow me, yeah. 'Cause it's also like private. Like the only reason I started it, well, the reason I started it was because like Laughing at Tess, because I was like I don't want to post public stuff with like my kid.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you're telling jokes about your child and then posting photos of your child. It's just
It's a lot, yeah. Or I'm like, oh, I miss my parents, but then I get on stage and I'm like, fuck these people.
It's just different. Like, yeah, exactly. Like, different parts of my personality,
exactly.
different Instagram pages. I understand. And where can people connect with you?
Great question.
yeah.
MattStein.com. I have a normal old weird website. You can find me on Mastodon if you can figure out what it is. And you can find me at Safeway sometimes. Fred Meyer.
Thursday. I have his address.
Yeah. Yeah. Popeye. I list out the things that I have on there.
After 10 p.m. Show
You can find me next at. Can I talk about the Roundabouts show? The next Roundabouts show is August 14th at Spoons and Sisters. It's tiny. The stage is about the size of the table in front of us.
I live near Spoons.
Great.
Nice.
We're going to be there August 14th, and all proceeds go to firefighters.
Yeah, which we love right now because we are in wildfire season and we love our firefighters. Thank God they're willing to do something I would never do. Oh, never.
firefighters.
Yeah. And where can people connect with you, Dylan?
I actually have 3
Just everybody else.
Yeah, I've got my main one that's called Dylan Tortup, and that's where I post some comedy, some weird stuff, whatever I'm thinking. I also run our Tugboat Improv page, so if you want to connect with Tugboat, I think it's Tugboat_Improv. And
So if
then
you're
I've
looking for improv for your backyard
Right.
barbecue or something,
we are the
Great.
only independent long-form improv troupe in Bend.
Yeah, if you get enough qualifiers, you can be the only, right?
That's how it works. The only one. And my third one is a sort of a passion project I'm working on, also comedy related. It's called Off Duty Dan. where I'm playing a character named Off-Duty Dan.
What does off-duty Dan do?
He's a suspended sheriff's deputy who just sort of gets up to all kinds of stuff.
He's a real big fan of stealth camping.
So people can check out off-duty Dan.
Yeah, there's only one video up right now. Another one. Yeah, there's ones on the way.
Totally.
Fantastic. Perfect. And I'm Julia Reed Nichols. We're Nighttime Benders. Please follow us where you're following us. Like us where you like us. All that stuff really does help because we are a brand new podcast. We will be back next week with more of Central Oregon's favorite funny faces. Is there anything else you guys want to say before we leave? Say goodbye to everybody this week?
Oh my god.
I know, so much pressure.
Yeah.
Ready? Yeah.
Oh no.
Oh.
Wait. Can we just clap like we did?
It's
Time.
Look,
Nothing sexual about it. Yeah.
It's tugboat.
It's
time because we're tugboat.
Yeah,
It's
tugboat.
not sexual.
Okay, we'll leave it on that now. That's this week's episode of Nighttime Benders, everybody. Till next time. Bye.
Don't win. Oh
No.
Double win. It was exactly what I'd expect you to do.